but his 24th year as a very successful head coach. This should be a fun one here today. We've got a great crowd on hand. You've got a lot of folks that are here to cheer on Clara Strack, but it's a great atmosphere. The WNIT banner just raised, so should be a fun one here today, Matt, to get the home season started.
Absolutely. What a treat we're getting. What an awesome opportunity for this Buffalo team. And there's a name you're going to say a whole lot today, Paul.
Yeah, the Clara Strack fans are happy already because she rolls in off the low post, puts in the first 2 points of the game for Kentucky.
Size is going to be a huge issue. We're going to monitor that all game. Kentucky, an extremely tall, extremely long team. Buffalo does not have that size to match up. So that's a storyline that we're going to see how Buffalo's prepared to handle that. Yeah,
off the missed three-pointer by Lopez. Good battle for the rebound from Anaya Rowe. Another possession here for the Bulls. Shot clock under 10. Lopez from the top of the arc hits it.
It's a mismatch, right?
Here's the starting lineup for the Kentucky Wildcats. Pretty standard, as it will be most of this year. Obi, Morgan, Key, Strack, and Hassett. And the Bulls come back the other way. McDuffie, Rowe, Lopez, Lucas, and Carmen. Your starting five for Buffalo. Here's Strack, beyond the arc, way off. Offensive rebound, up and in for Teonni Key.
They're all incredibly versatile and just a super tough matchup here for any coach to prepare for.
Another block shot by Hassett will lead to a shot clock violation.
Name brand SEC school. It's maybe easy to come out and be just a little bit off, a little nervous, but so far Buffalo's look solid.
Quick inbounds and a quick baseline jumper for Clara Strack. 1-1 on Monmouth, so the Bulls are battling, and Buffalo fell into a big hole in their opener against Marshall as well.
You're almost doomed to lose when that happens. If you do that against a team like Kentucky, this could get out of hand quick.
Now, keep in mind, Marshall pressed literally from the very beginning of the game. So,
which Kentucky will not be doing.
No. He'll turn around in the lane, put up and in for Jordan Obi. Those arms get in those passing lanes, and that's just not something the Buffalo team is generally used to. And there's another partially blocked shot on the quick layup attempt for Gabby McDuffie.
Otherwise, a really nice job by McDuffie to flash to the ball. She was able to lose her defender and was just blocked from behind.
Strack no good on the three, but an offensive board put up and in.
They're averaging through 2 games here, plus 16 in the rebounding margin. So they are used to dominating the glass.
Corner three for Meg Lucas. Offensive rebound for Allie Carmen, but she feeds it right back to Toni Morgan of Kentucky. And Morgan dumps it down low for the cutter Strack and Clara Strack.
And just like that, you see 6'5" Clara Strack running the court like a guard and draws the foul.
No good on the first three. This is a weekend for Clara. Yesterday, had a chance to go to her old high school, Hamburg High School, which, if you're not familiar, is about 25 minutes south of where we are here at UV's Alumni Arena. What a great moment, and what a tribute to Coach Burns and the Kentucky program for doing this for her. Nice little turnaround off the rebound for Janiyah Bohannon.
Has a high basketball IQ. I'm excited to see her progression here in her first season playing for Buffalo.
Look at the aggressive defense for the Bulls, but eventually it breaks down, and Asia Boone is able to blow by and put the layup in. If you're watching down in Kentucky, trust me, it's not like that here all the time, but we are getting our first little taste of snow here in Buffalo. You saw UB Stadium, the field already starting to get covered, expecting a little bit of an inch or two or so over the next couple of days here. Winter is well on its way here to Western New York.
Here I was thinking I might get one more round of golf in.
Yeah, not the next couple days, you're not. Off the steal, here come the Wildcats. Cross-court pass sets up Asia Boone for a wide-open three, no good. And that one will go out of bounds and stay with Kentucky.
They're all just fantastic passers of the ball out of the post.
Yeah, when I rattle off all the things that those post players do.
Sizing her defender, able to just give a little bit of a head fake, get a step on her defender, into the paint. Super impressed early.
What a treat for head coach Ken Brooks to be able to mess around with all of that kind of height advantage.
You got to figure out what's our identity, what's our rotation, who are my go-to players. You know, when you look at this roster and you look at Buffalo rosters of past years, there has often been a standout star.
With that elbow that he
So I got to stand here and do this. Okay. The foul on 24 Blue was reviewed and will be upgraded to an F1.
And possession for Kentucky. And the first one will roll up. Buffalo loses, but only gives up 53 points.
Sure.
Like, that's not going to happen very often. As long as they find some offense, they're going to win a lot of those games. Fall away baseline jumper for Strack is no good. Rebound tracked down by Diane Jackson. The challenge right now for Buffalo, and not only finding rhythm as a team, but finding who is going to provide that offense. And in that case, it's another turnover as Lopez had it knocked away, and the corner three will drop. It's Lopez with under 10 on the shot clock, looking for an opening. She'll pull up from three. No good. Offensive rebound. Jackson had it blocked by Strack.
Rebounding-wise, Buffalo's holding their own right now. They've got a +1 advantage there in the rebounding category.
And that's going to go out of bounds.
When Kentucky's playing this man-to-man defense, UB's struggling to find open court here with that length.
Quick inbounds. McDuffie fakes, throws it up with the right hand and in. First two of the game for the grad student from right here in Buffalo, Gabby McDuffie. Number 24 in the AP ranking. Oh, nearly a steal. Is it? Yes. Right out of the hands of Asia Boone.
Got to get into a ball screen offense here and free up a little bit of space.
Thompson threw it up there to try to beat the buzzer. Keeps getting worse out there. I am not ready for this yet.
This is a joke. You think Kentucky even has like winter jackets? Like, do these players like they dress appropriately? Get these kids some jackets, some hats, some mittens. They probably want to get back to the Bluegrass State immediately.
Start of the second quarter here at UB's Alumni Arena. 24th ranked Kentucky Wildcats lead 19-8. A 17-4 run in that first quarter of the real key there, but the Battling Bulls are doing their best to hang in there, and off the steal by Janiyah Bohannon.
Got these kids ready to play. Just offensively, they can't get any space. They can't get anything going. Sets, their ball screens. They're getting no separation. They're going to have to start shooting the lights out of it here.
Clara Strack, the Hamburg, Western New York native, leading scorer, 5 points in that quarter. We'll try it again. That is pretty.
You can't guard that.
You cannot. She's got an excuse to get a little bit too high for this weekend. Doesn't look like it. Off the steal, back the other way for two is Teonni Key. Yeah, just so much fun to watch the incredible collection of talent that the Wildcats have. And like you said, for them to be picked preseason 8th in the SEC is shocking. That one goes for Anaya Coleman. And Strack with the blow-by for two.
That's a pretty big deal. I know you'd say your kids are from that school district. That's
my wife
a pretty
is from
cool
there.
deal.
We live there. My kids have gone to that school. It's a great school with a terrific athletic history, but not necessarily it turning out those kinds of players. Clara Strack is the leading scorer in school history for either boys or girls.
That's 17. What she's put together through 2 years is remarkable. And to think that she's got the rest of this year and all of next year to continue to get better and build on this legacy is just scary.
Well, on one end, Deanna Thompson got to the rim, couldn't fit. Kentucky maybe 8, again, you've got the benefit of not wanting to take a lot of your star players out of the game. Off the pick and pop, it goes for Amelia Hassett. Here's your geography lesson.
Had to get in your alma mater toss in there, huh?
Well, I'm trying to educate. Oh, that's nice. Off glass, up and in, the power move.
She's got that build to be able to stick with these Kentucky players athletically. She's got some length as well.
Kaelyn Carroll's three won't go. Battle for the rebound.
Oh, Anaya Rowe.
And look at Anaya Rowe, another Rochester product.
I like this. Push with a little bit of pace. Make these bigs run the floor for Kentucky.
Kick it out. Three goes for Amber Howard. Nice little run going on here. 5-0 run for the Bulls. They've held Kentucky scoreless for almost 3 minutes right now. Clara Strack had that shot blocked, but she was fouled. She averaged 24 points and 16 rebounds. And as I mentioned, she holds the school record for either boys or girls in most points scored. I'll tell you who did watch her play in high school, because you know where her very first scholarship offer came? Right here from Kristen Sharkey at UB. McDuffie. Lopez going to have to shoot. She won't. Rowe will. I don't know that she would have beaten the shot clock anyway, but it didn't go in. And that wasn't a great offensive set that time for the Bulls.
Yeah, just can't get any separation. They were trying to get that ball screen offense again, but Just nothing really opening up offensively. Great find.
Strack kicks it out. Baseline jumper, no good for Jordan Obi. And that's going to be a foul. You know, we asked Coach Brooks, you know, this is a lot for her. You know, I said, I asked if he was worried about her handling, and that's kind of where he said she's just a steady Freddie.
Is another one that he kind of referred to, that she's just got a really good head on her shoulders. You alluded to it earlier. Even on the court, she doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. Very mature.
Yeah, said no moment is ever too big for her.
Yeah.
And that was nearly another blocked shot there for Strack, but I think they're going to get her for the foul. Played at Bishop Kearney High School. Remind me later to tell you a cool piece of trivia about Anaya Rowe. Don't let me forget.
All right.
Oh, got you intrigued, huh?
I am. I don't know where this is going. Travel.
And that's going to be a travel. Never beaten an SEC team. Of course, that's what they're trying to do here today. 0-7 lifetime against the SEC are the Buffalo Bulls. Good ball movement to the corner. That's Kaelyn Carroll, no good. Key with the rebound and the putback. Lopez throws it up. It won't go. And one last possession here for the Wildcats. Obi kicks to the corner. Strack throws it up, and she wanted a foul, and I don't think she'll get one.
Pretty cool pregame to be able to honor that team from a year ago, albeit wildly different than the one we're watching right now.
It is just the world of college athletics that we are all living in right now. Well, I feel better about the second half now because we just had one of the Bulls' all-time great, Sierra Dillard, come up and say hello. She's coming back now to say hello to you now.
CD was my plane partner. She wasn't the biggest fan of flying when she transferred here, and I remember the first flight we went on, we had to sit next to each other. And then it went well, it went smooth, and from there on out, she was stuck next to me for the rest of the season. One of the all-time greats. Yeah, with having a great professional career as well.
Yeah, and again, because Kristen Sharkey was on the staff, and she was the player, so a lot of connections, bringing a lot of those great players back. Oh, what a pretty turnaround for Clara Strack.
We are watching the best center in all of college basketball here this afternoon.
Yeah, preseason All-SEC second team, and again,
it's
crazy. I know, but it's the SEC, and there's a lot of really good players.
Oh, I know there is, but man.
Traveling, there's a pretty good chance she'll do just that.
He's also named to the Naismith Trophy Player of the Year watch list, not just center, but overall Player of the Year for America. So high honors here preseason for Clara Strack.
You know, it's just to follow up on your point about, you know, the WNIT, and then roughly 72 hours later, so Paola Lopez had gone into the portal. So when Kristen Sharkey took the job here, she had zero players on the team.
I think Anaya Rowe had verbally committed, if I'm not wrong, to already leave. I think she was it Eastern Michigan, I want to say, within the MAC, that she had announced she was leaving. So great job by Coach Sharkey. Right. And that's a testament to her that she got in here sort of behind the eight ball, having to start completely over, which is nearly impossible to build a roster in that short a time. Yeah. And for her to be able to get Anaya Rowe and Paola Lopez back out of the portal and here in Buffalo to have even just the slightest bit of continuity.
How about a nice assist that time, Jordan Obi?
She's been just fantastic. She just does everything for this team. There is nothing that she is not able to do from top to bottom, and what a treat that is.
Paola Lopez with the runner from the lane took a hard hit and went down hard and is still down. Paola Lopez, the junior from Spain, and the only returning regular on this team. So the foul was on Teonni Key there, and Deanna Thompson will replace Lopez in the lineup and shoot the free throws. First points of the game for Deanna Thompson. Don't look outside.
Spent all this time talking about the Buffalo players.
Don't look outside. And that three will not go for Key. Rebound for the Bulls. Lucas will get it into the front court for Thompson. You know, both of these coaches have talked about wanting to be challenged in the non-conference part of the schedule. And I know you asked Coach Brooks about exactly how hard he wants to challenge his team with a very difficult non-conference schedule.
They're going to look at their net ranking when it comes down to that. And he said, you know, when we go on the road, they're going to go at Marshall and at Louisville and at Miami and at Belmont. That's a ton of road games for a top 25 team.
Good hustle on defense by the Bulls. Kentucky still be able to move the ball around, get it to the corner for Boone. That shot might have been partially deflected. Lucas with the rebound, leading the break for the Bulls. Meg Lucas goes by everybody, misses the layup. Gets it back, tries again, misses that one. It was blocked by Strack. And again, everything about that was done well, except for not hitting the bucket for Lucas. And Strack running the floor gets another two. Block on one end, bucket on the other. And here you get a look at that last sequence, and there's the block by Strack. And on the other end,
I'd love to know what her wingspan is.
Yeah. Cross-court pass, great pass. Lucas with the finish off the pass from Anaya Rose. How's that for an inbound play?
Checks out. What was that, 2000?
2000. That was a win for Buffalo.
Nice. Yeah, I remember it vividly. I was 6.
Stop it. You're watching. Yeah, there's been a lot of those games. And like you said, more wins for Buffalo than you would normally expect from a Mid-American Conference level team. And you know what the common denominator in a lot of that is? Kristen Sharkey and one of her assistants, Summer Hemphill, were all a part of that. Teonni Key with the bucket. Again, that's 2 in a row for her. Kristen Sharkey said she was going to have Summer Hemphill talk to the team about what it's like to play in these kinds of games. And that was going to happen over the last couple of days. Get another block shot for
3 NCAA tournament games. And, you know, so she, to your point, she played a lot of those top-ranked, top 25 opponents over the years. And who better to talk to your squad about how to prepare mentally, how to be ready, how to adjust to a team that's faster and taller than you are. So that's a really nice advantage that Coach Sharkey has on her bench, that she's got one of the all-time greats in a Buffalo uniform.
Paula Lopez back in the ballgame with a pretty basket right there. There's both the mental and the physical. Winds up in the hands of the Wildcats, and Asia Boone on the other end can't get it to finish. Back come the Bulls. Here comes Lopez, pushing the pace, flipping it up, and in.
Good move from Paula Lopez there.
Inbound, goes to Key, and a little hand back to Tony Morgan. Now top of the key, stolen away. Quick hands that time by Deanna Thompson. That's your second steal of the afternoon. Lopez again, got it to go.
Couple of acrobatic finishes from Lopez. But
3 goes up, in and out for Lexi Blue.
5-star recruit coming off the bench.
Exactly.
Their second squad could probably go win like 22 games this year.
Yeah, Meg Lucas, of course, led by the outstanding guard from a few years ago, Stephanie Reed. Meg Lucas trying to keep that tradition alive. Get it down low for Strack. She'll kick it back to the top of the key. And they'll work it over to the corner to Jordan-Ovi. Back to Strack. Up and in. Well, once you get that, she got that turn, you knew that was going up and in. Anaya Rose 3, no good. Strack with the rebound and then draws the foul. Clara Strack got the ultimate thrill of any Buffalo sports fan. She got to go to training camp to see the Bills over the summer because there are 3 Kentucky Wildcats on the Buffalo roster. And particularly Ray Davis, the running back, has a great relationship with Coach Brooks. And there's Clara Strack saying, courts, training camps, football, basketball, I'm good at all of it. With Coach Brooks, but with Strack herself. And Strack didn't block that one, but affected it, and then grabs the rebound. She swings the elbow. And now we get pushing and shoving with Key and Janiyah Bohannon. And get the explanation as the decision has been made.
I always like seeing the reactions and trying to predict what we got going here.
You can see Cameron Inouye holding the elbow
Coach
up
Brooks
there.
looked away, so that's probably saying, okay, Strack's going to get one for the elbow.
Okay, the call on the floor initially is a foul on Blue 32. Number 13, White, is going to get a flagrant 1.
What a shit. Look at this. Look at the mocking clap there.
There you go. Look at that. Oh, good job, guys, in getting that shot. That's awesome.
Oh, I love it. You just know there's going to be a facetious clap here from the Kentucky fans if she misses one.
Well, that review took a little over 6 minutes, but I believe they got it right. And again, I have no quibbles with Cameron Inouye's explanation.
Oh, I like that. That's a great new addition to the broadcast instead of the two of us up here just
guessing
what's going on.
Because most of the time we are.
Yeah.
So that's great. And so we're back to basketball after the 2 free throws that gives Paola Lopez double figures, and that shot off the back. The rebounding edge still on the Buffalo side, which you wouldn't have expected in a game like this based on Kentucky's fighting battle going on both teams there. So this has been a fun, even though the score is probably what you sort of expected the score might be in this kind of a game. Off the miss, here comes Buffalo back on offense.
I mean, let's not forget, too, this is a Kentucky team that just beat Monmouth 104-46 like 3 days ago. So Buffalo's doing a really nice job of hanging in against a superior team.
Another block shot, that one by Hassett. That's the 8th block of the game for Kentucky. They quickly get it down to Key. She gets surrounded. That's to kick it out to Strack. Back to the corner. Morgan to the cutter. Strack. And one.
Yeah, that's the right call. I think Paola Lopez was probably a half second too late to getting set.
Yeah, so Clara Strack now 23 points and 9 rebounds. A chance to add one more, and she's done. Western New York has become a really good women's basketball city. And how about that spinning three-point attempt? Gonna be for Janiyah Bohannon. She played 55 games over the last couple of years. No good on the free throw, and that's rebound number 10 for Clara Strack. Get it to the corner. 3 will not go for Amelia Hassett. Offensive rebound, though, for the Wildcats. Step around move, no good that time for Morgan, but the putback finally goes for Teonni.
How about this stat with those 3 players? The Wildcats return 46.7% of their scoring and 71% of its rebounding in 3 players alone from last year.
Wow. You saw the steal by Clara Strack, and she continues to fill this score sheet, and she's going to get another chance here. She's going to go to the line. Lopez, runner from the lane, good.
Nice little second half, Paola Lopez.
Always sometimes felt like she tried to do too much in those limited minutes, and now she's get the minutes and the leadership. So to the line right now is Toni Morgan, the senior from Tallahassee. No good on the first. Toni Morgan, after a nice career in the ACC at Georgia Tech.
Just to add to the triplets, as we've been referring to them in Strack, Key, and Hassett.
Inbound goes to Lopez, baseline drive. Paola flips it up, no good. There's another board for Strack, number 11. Carroll for 3. Front rim, no good. Hassett with the rebound, up strong and in.
3 of 21 from beyond the arc are the Wildcats.
Yeah, hasn't been a good 3-point shooting day for either team here today.
Pretty hard to believe after they just made 17 threes.
I know Kristen Sharkey, if she had her way, would want to hoist up about 25 or 30 threes a game, but she just doesn't have that kind of personnel right now, and I don't think that's part of the plan for the Bulls this year. And again, everybody battling with Clara Strack right in the middle of it. Well, guess what? New career high for Clara Strack in her hometown. How about that?
Are we surprised? By everything we were told about her, I'm not surprised at all that she came home and took care of business. I was supposed to remind you about something.
And gets a nice round of applause from all of her Hamburg high school folks over there.
You believe that? 2 players block more shots in a game than 300 teams do.
Lucas kicks it for Thompson. Under 5 minutes to go in this one. Deanna Thompson up and in.
Good contact there. Doing a little hair fixing on defense. She's had a nice game, too, quietly. She's played tough.
Nice down low feed, and that set up Teonni Key. Got a little motion in the offense now. Here's Gabby McDuffie, the transfer from Edinburgh. Had that shot blocked. That's block number 10 on the day. And back the other way. Morgan kicks to the corner. 3 in and out for Asia Boone. Pull up from in the lane will go that time.
Toni Morgan clapping, kind of cheering for herself there. She had a bit of a tough day shooting. Happy to see one go through. And Buffalo just hasn't been able to get anything consistently off this ball screen defense. Yeah, just.
And a steal by Kaelyn Carroll, and she'll go end-to-end for the Buckeyes. And that'll bring on a timeout.
Still a total goofball. Sitting next to Tessia Nwuka as well, part of that Sweet 16 team. Couple of MAC championships under their belt. Sierra Dillard, I got to imagine her number is going to be hanging here.
Oh, yeah. That 24 will be up in the rafters.
She was a top 5 scorer in the country her senior year.
Having a great professional career in a bunch of different cities.
Yeah.
In Europe and throughout the Middle East and Asia. I can't keep track of where she's playing anymore, but she is lighting it up. And that's a corner 3 that will go for Amelia Hassett. And right back the other way. That's going to be a foul and not another blocked shot.
You didn't allow 20 points in any of the 3 quarters going into this one. So, a team that 90 points per game, I think overall you're pretty happy with how UB looked defensively for a majority of this game, considering the mismatches that they've had to deal with.
Sure. 13 points now for Lopez. Quick steal. That's Deanna Thompson. And she had it blocked as it was kind of coming off her hands anyway.
So, yeah, this is absolutely one of the premier rebounding teams. And UB really held their own on the glass.
And here come the Bulls back the other way again. Again, this is valuable playing time for some of the young players that are still finding their way. Valuable playing time for the coaching staff to sort of see what kind of combinations might work. Lucas feeds over to Howard, and that goes. There's number 7.
Meg Lucas, a freshman, on the court. Amber Howard, a sophomore, on the court. This is unbelievable experience here early in the season for these youngsters that I think Coach Sharkey thinks extremely highly of here early.
Free throw rolls off. Back the other way comes Jordan Obi. Again, playing time valuable for her after having missed all of last year with an Achilles injury. They're going to count a lot on her, so that's probably why she's still in this game. Top of the key for Gilvin. Josie Gilvin will pull up 5-footer good. Senior from Louisville, Kentucky, transfer from Western Kentucky. Her first bucket of the game.
Gabby Brooks in for Kentucky as well, the daughter of head coach Kenny Brooks.
Came with her dad from Virginia Tech.
She made a couple of threes last game. Redshirt freshman Ella Corey, 5'9", out of Clarence Center, New York, just checked into the game for the first time.
This is the homecoming for Clara Strack, a new career high, 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 blocks. And you don't always get the storybook day.
Yep.
I'm glad she did. Her high school basketball coach here, so many teachers and friends. Down on the low block, kick it into the key for Gilvin. And that 3 won't go. Clara has talked about how important that was to her and what it meant, for her to play with her sister Daisy. So I know she's here as well. Parents are veterans. With Veterans Day coming up this week, man, couldn't have scripted any of this any better. It's been a fun day for women's college basketball here at Buffalo's Alumni Arena to have the pleasure of seeing a top 25 team in person and to see some of the best players in the country play in front of this Buffalo crowd has been terrific. The outcome may not be what the Buffalo fans wanted, but I think you take a step back from that and you go, this was pretty darn cool. Final seconds. One more shot. No, it ends with a block shot, has been the story of the day, and it ends up an 81-47 Kentucky victory as the 24th ranked Wildcats come to Buffalo, do what they need to do, what they were supposed to do, and oh, by the way, make it a day that one of their players will never forget.
Absolutely. It was from start to finish. The storytelling was exciting. The game.